Okay, how to spot a good psychic versus a not so good psychic. So firstly, a psychic is someone that is designed to tell you the past, the present and the future to help you make better choices in your life. And the trouble is that many people go to psychics expecting them to get the answers. And a really good psychic will not give you the answers. A really good psychic will help you feel empowered. So I've got a list here of signs to look for with the good and the not so good psychics. So the not so good psychic is actually a fortune teller. They are reading energy or reading the tool that they have, whether it's the crystals or the oracle cards or the runes or whatever it is. They are reading them and interpreting them. So a poor psychic channel is actually looking at it like a textbook. So you can tell when you're dealing with them, because what they've done is they are just looking at the card and telling you what the book says. They're not reading it intuitively. They're not telling you what it means in relation to you. They're not putting it into context. They're basically saying this card means this, and then this card means that, and then this card means this. Okay, so it isn't actually connecting with you very well, and these people are still learning themselves. These people are still at the beginning. They should actually be at home practicing with their friends. That's part of the development stage that they're in. So there's nothing wrong with that, but I really don't feel that it's a place where they should be charging money, because they're not tapping into you and your timelines and your energy field. So they also get another one is that they get quite aggressive. So psychics who've been doing it, or channels who've been doing this for a long time, they really get quite bolshy to say things like, oh yeah, somebody didn't listen to what I said, or they said I wasn't very good at it, so I banned them for like a year. Now this is quite aggressive and this is quite hostile, and it gives that air of, I'm really good, that I have the ability to not let people near me, but it's actually a very passive aggressive tool to give the authority. So it's not kind authority, it's really negative authority, and it's actually bullying. It's actually psychic bullying. It's not empowering you, it's not empowering their industry, and they're basically saying you put up with what I say to you, or otherwise you're out. So that's not a nice way to proceed. Another way is they can be very shocking or sweary, or I buck the system and F this and to hell with that, and these people are just like muggles and things like that. So there's a lot of really negative divisive language, and oh, they're so stupid and I'm so clever. That's not nice either. Okay, and what's this saying is that I'm better than other people, and that's not what psychic is all about. That's not what energy healing is all about. That's not what tapping into timelines is what we're trying to do. We're trying to help people. So when you meet a psychic or an energy healer that tells you this is what's going to happen, and this is when it's going to happen, and this is how you need to respond, what they've actually done is they've tapped into one timeline, and then they've picked up on little bits of energy and they've started writing a story. They've started creating something off that one timeline, and that's not really what's going on. I'll come to the good versions of energy healers in a minute as well, okay? And then what else have I got? So what happens with really poor practitioners is that they start asking the questions that they need the answers to. So they're not really able to tap into what you need. So you could be asking something about a choice, and normally what basic practitioners do is they tune into love or money questions. So it's either relationship questions or money or jobs or careers. They don't tap into very unique specifics like, should I go to university, or should I stay where I am, or where should I go to university, relocation and things. They either do, is this relationship good for me, or should I change job. And these are the ones that are just able to function along those simple lines, love or money. Okay, and another one is, this is quite a common one, is they tap into common themes. So for example, if we're in a recession, then they talk about, oh, you're having money troubles. Or if we're in there's power cuts, then they'll say things like, oh, I hear you're struggling with blah blah blah. So they tap into what's going on in a geopolitical manner, or a local manner, an economic manner. They follow the climate and the politics and the economic, and they relate it in that manner. Okay, so if you've just moved to an area, then they might say things like, I see you're very lonely. That's not rocket science. That's not actually tapping into who you are and what you need. Okay, so this is the basics. This is what they do. You'll go to see someone and they're basically taking control of your life. They're taking control of your identity, and they're telling you what's going to happen. They're telling you that you need to prepare for certain outcomes, and that's not how it works. They've basically tapped into a timeline, or maybe one timeline, or like I say, external circumstances, and they're writing a story. And if you don't like that story, then they threaten you by saying, if you don't like it, then you're out. If you don't like it, then don't come back. And also people that just read the cards and tell you what they see, these are not psychics. These are not channels. These are beginner channels as well. They're not connecting what they've got with what you need and putting it together and building the truth. Okay, so they are your beginners, psychics and channels, and these are the people that are stepping from practicing for themselves into a career. Okay, and I commend them. Yeah, but it's a bit more work. It's a bit more to it. And yeah, I've been to quite a few over the years. Of course I have. And the longer I've been doing this, the more shocked I become at what I find out there. And some of them are absolutely wild stories. However, I'll tell you some of the good people, and I include myself in that, and the feedback I get as well. And this is what happens. A real psychic is a channel, is a medium, is a conduit between one place and another place over a line of the real and the unseen and the multidimensional and the potential. And what they're doing is they're tapping into timelines. Okay? Every single timeline is out there. Every single variable in the entire universe is out there. Some people call it parallel lives. And what a psychic is doing is they're tapping into all these timelines. Even tea leaf readers can do this. They're tapping into all these timelines, and they're being able to see what's going on and what's moving. And what I do is I can feel all the timelines, and I feel the strongest timeline with the highest outcome and the best potential for everyone. So I give that to the client. I give them these variables. I give them these, yeah, you could do that, but the energy is stronger over here. Or if you do that, then this will lead to those timelines and those variables. Okay, so that's the intuition of a really good energy healer. They're actually seeing the multidimensional self, and they're even the tea leaf readers are channeling this information from psychic skills as well. They're seeing visuals. They're just using the tea leaves for the visuals. So I can use crystals. Some people use oracle cards. Some people can read the stones or the rivers, whatever. They're using those vessels to channel that information down and for you. They're also connecting with you. They're connecting with what you need and your energy for your time, your timelines. And these really good psychic healers are putting the two together for your needs. So they're also getting out of the way, and this is where the integrity comes in. They're writing the stories that you need to hear, rather than in the other versions where they're saying, okay, let's just talk about love and money, let's just talk about this, oh, I find this really interesting, let's go down this avenue. But if you go to an authentic energy healer, they will be doing what you need. They will be helping you find the answers you need. They will be unblocking the timelines. They will be untangling the knots to help you find answers. And they will help you find where you need to go and what's best for you. Okay, what else have I got here? Yeah, they see the timelines, and they're very, very intuitive, and they read the energy. And they also have integrity, and they have kindness. So they're not going to tell you things that are rude and sharp, offensive, and you just need to deal with it because they're just a channel and it's got nothing to do with me. That's actually spiritual bypassing. That's spiritual gaslighting, to say really horrible things to someone and go, well, I'm just passing on the message. There's a really, I don't know if you can hear me, there's a truck going by. There's a really good need, and as you develop, to be compassionate, to be sensitive with what you're passing on, and to be responsible, spiritually responsible with how you deliver. And to be sharp and abrasive is actually like an ego trip. It's like my way or the highway. And I've met people like that, and it's the messaging is lost. The message isn't good because they're not listening to the real message. They only give one timeline and they say that's the truth. So if I have to surmise again, when you go to a psychic and they're just reading and they're just telling you what's on the cards, these people haven't actually started channeling for themselves as best as they possibly could, and they're just reading the cards, okay? And that's nice. That's helpful. And then you have the other extreme where they're very, very hard-nosed, they're very confident, they're very sure of themselves, and they give you one timeline, one story, and they tell you this is what's going to happen. And you can leave these places really quite shaken up. And you're not empowered. You're not given the tools. You're told what to do, and that can take you down a road that's not actually what's going to happen. So they're not empowering you. One is just reading cards and they don't know what the energies are saying, and the other one is only reading one timeline and they're telling you this reality, and it's tough. It's not the truth. The ones that are really good at what they're doing is they feel energy, and they can put themselves to one side and they can stay in their heart and be compassionate, and they can translate these messages for you, and they can help you find the best timeline, the softest journey, and the kindest, most heartfelt way through. Okay, they can help you get onto your best path with compassion and kindness and love, and also for the highest good. So it's like a phrase I use is to leave good footprints in the world. Okay, leave kind footprints. So you're not telling other people to like F off and things like that, or you're not leaving a house and not paying your bills. You're tidying things up, and that's what these people are telling you. They're saying, here are all your variables, this is your best outcome, and this is what I see. And they give you choice. They don't actually tell you what to do, they tell you what they see, and they say these are the choices that you have. This is the empowerment. And when you leave these psychics, when you leave these energy healer, tea leaf readers, whatever, you feel like you have much more clarity, so that when something comes your way, you're ready and you're able, and you've got the capacity to deal with it. You've got the ability and the sense and the strength and the trust of your own energy to deal with something. So you'll feel it when you come out of these different types of energy healers or psychics. One tells you what to do, and you basically are shit scared. And the other one, you feel like you're empowered and you have a much more clarity on your choices. And that's the difference. Okay, so I hope that helps, and all the best.